Hello, my name is Lucy Ash, and I'm a communication major at Liberty University. Nobody is going to watch this. I just know. I don't know. I'm gonna look back on this in maybe I don't know, 4 years when I'm done with my degree, and I'm gonna say she looks like a baby. But I just wanted to make this video, talk about my experience last semester, specifically with I went on a phone fast. I was being compensated by the university with Amazon gift cards because you gotta bribe me for things. Hello, people. Lighting change, outfit change, hair change. It is evening now. My roommates, they came in and I didn't want to bug them, so I stopped the video. But, anyway, so I need bribed about, I'm very easily bribed. And I am very easily also sucked into my phone. And it was something that I knew was an issue for a very long time, but I just didn't have the willpower to take care of it. It's kind of like when you want to go work out, but you just don't have the willpower, and you're like, what's the point of that? Like, if I'm not gonna, Anyway, so I was bribed in my math class, basically, to go and do this study for the university. So it wasn't me studying, it was for these, I don't even know, upperclassmen. They were doing a psych study, and so I joined, as a test subject. And, so I really honestly didn't know what to expect. I just thought I'd be bored. Maybe I wouldn't rest as well, because I like coming back, sitting in my little chair, and watching my TikTok dramas, which I don't condone, by the way. They're really cringy and really terrible. That's why I watch them. They're so funny. Anyway, so I didn't know what was going to happen, because I also really relied on my phone a lot for, when I would get really, really anxious. That's the first thing I'd do. I'd hop onto my phone, and I'd be like, it's a distraction. It's helping me not be anxious, because when I'm anxious, I feel like I'm going to throw up, and it's a vicious cycle of I'm anxious about the fact that I feel like I'm going to throw up, and it just keeps looping. And what would always break that loop sometimes, which I just bet on this, was if I woke up in the middle of the night, was anxious all of a sudden, I'd hop on my phone and I'd start playing some random game. I was really nervous for this, and so I went into this kind of just expecting to be just have a boring time, have a bad time. As I'm on my phone too, I feel like my spiritual life suffers a lot because I'm not giving my time to God. So I went into the psych study. They took my heart rate while I was on my phone. They took my heart rate without my phone, and then I went 2 weeks still scrolling on my phone, and I would just go back and I'd monitor what was happening. And I'd write down what was happening, how I felt. I felt the same. I felt I felt lonely, I didn't have a lot of friends. Not true, by the way. I don't have a lot of friends. I just felt lonely. I felt isolated. I was having a lot of anxiety attacks. I would have anxiety attacks at least every other day. It was not good. And I, my academics, they weren't suffering. It's more my academics take precedence over my friends and my faith. So, that was not good. And my phone would also feed into that, because I was filling my free time with phone, and instead of filling my free time with things that are actually going to matter. I went back, I put in everything that had happened past 2 weeks, everything was the same. And then I gave them my phone, and they put on a bunch of restrictions, basically. So I wasn't allowed to access TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I don't really care about Facebook. Live 360, all of my games, some sort of internet connection. There was something, they shut off my Safari and my Google, and I could they were you can bypass this if you want, if you really need to look something up, let's say you're in class, but we really advise just don't do that. And they look through your screen time and they compare it, and it was all good, So during that 2 weeks, I had nothing to do. So that week I watched TV. If I wanted a screen, I would watch TV. I also couldn't get on YouTube. That sucked. Basically, in my spare time, I kind of started finding actual hobbies, and I started actually maybe I started going to CamCom here at Liberty, and I wasn't really going to CamCom before. And at CamCom, there were just so many, like, I didn't realize how, like, theologically strong it was, how, like, it's just good. It's really good sermons, really good, like, worship. The worship goes crazy. I cry during worship here, and I started sewing a little bit for some reason. I don't know why. I also started junk journaling. So this is my junk journal box right now. I have my old CFOB booklet. I'm going to junk journal with this, and I can't wait. It's going to be so fire. And I have a bunch of, like, old stickers in here. I have, my sister gave this to me for Christmas, and, like, Trader Joe's stuff. An old rot chopsticks, like, thing. And let me pull out my junk journal, and I'll show you. This is how I filled my time. It was actually so much fun. This was my first junk journal I did. It's probably mirrored, but it's Margaritaville. Here's a Halloween-themed junk journal. This one is by far my favorite one. So I would take the Liberty newspaper, and I would read the hockey section, of course, like when they wrote about the hockey games, of course. Why wouldn't I? And then I would, like, rip it up and cut it up, and it's got notes from my CGL on it, and just, like, all these little things, and these are my old math notes after I didn't need them, and just so much stuff that kind of, like, recorded my life. It was a really good hobby I picked up. Like, this right here, the non-stick pad, that was when I had blisters and on my feet, and I had to get, like, special gauze for it, and so I wanted to record what was happening in my life, and so I kept, like, all this trash for, like, just to put it in here, and honestly, it has been so much fun. I went to Freedom Uncensored, and I still have to, like, finish gluing all this together. You know, I'll figure it out, but, like, so that was great, and honestly, when they took the restrictions off and I finished the study, so first of all, I started dreaming again. That was absolutely insane. I'm not a dreamer, and when I got off my phone, I started dreaming. I don't know if there's science to back that up, but it happened to me, and it was just, like, my anxiety went away for, like, I spent more time with God, and my anxiety was, like, I had an anxiety attack, like, once a week, but they weren't as extreme as they had been before. Again, it could have been, like, is it the placebo effect? Maybe. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. But I don't think so. I think it was, like, primarily I was off my phone and I was spending time doing the things I was supposed to be doing besides academics, and I don't know what else I was supposed to do. Academics, like, that's all I did. And so I finally had time to kind of, like, invest in, like, friendships on the hall and just do so many awesome things with so many awesome people, and I talked with people more when I was sitting on the bus riding to class. I wasn't scrolling on my phone. I talked to my friends on the bus. Like, yeah, it was, like, everything just felt so different. And when the study was over, I didn't want to go back to the way it had been before, but of course, like, I go home for break, and I got really, really sick. I got the flu, and I did go back to how it was before. And that is something that I'm really looking forward to. This February here at Liberty, we're doing the thing where we all, like, it's not required, but if you want to, you, like, can shut down your phone, turn it kind of, like, into a dumb phone for a full month. That's so cool. Like, I'll do that. I'm participating. So, yeah, I am really excited for next month when this will start up again, because sometimes in order to get the willpower to do things, I need to be forced into it, and I'm going to force myself into it. I'm going to force myself back into the old habit of not being on my phone, because just like, you know, like eating well, working out, getting your school done, it's not about as much like willpower as much as it is like setting habits. If your habit is to get in your, like, to wake up in the morning and immediately start scrolling on your phone, it's going to stick forever, right? If your habit is to, the first thing you do when you wake up is, like, sit up and drink water, then that's what you're going to do. So I am really upset that I lost a habit of not being on my phone as much. But I'm really excited because this upcoming month, I think I can get that rolling again. And honestly, maybe I'll update this, maybe I won't. We'll find out, but, you know, again, I don't expect anybody to see this, at all. I just want to record this. I want to remember, you know, I want to know in the future what's going on. So, anyway, I hope whoever is watching this, aka Future Lucy, I hope, Future Lucy, that, you have your degree. If you don't, I'm going to kill you. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and God bless.